Welcome you to customer. This demo, just want to show you how to using the U2 JSON data with the U2 JDBC client. JSON data is very popular for data exchange format for the server and the clients. So how U2 easy to handle JSON data? You can use in the command or query to generate the data on the server side. Then you can use in like a basic program to transfer the data format to the client. So I can show you very easy way to generate a couple different JSON data formats. One is a simple command called the list command. This command, you can see the command syntax like this. So basically, it generates the JSON data format on the screen. You also can using to command to generate the JSON data format output to ampersand XML folder. So here, if you using the to command, you will see to JSON customer JSON. So if you use this command, you will see in the ampersand XML ampersand folder, you will see the customer JSON data.json. So the output will be sent the screen. So you will see this output inside the ampersand XML ampersand folder. So how U2 to get the data from the server to the client. So you can using the command. For example, you can see the XML. We have multiple way to generate the XML, the JSON data. So you can very simple to create a program. Here just the simple way to get it. So here you see the syntax. Basically, you can list the subroutine using two parameters. The first parameter is the custom ID. The second parameter is the JSON output. So using the list command, you can use an execute command to capture in that output. But for this command, it might generate some kind of line feed on the server side. So we can use in the change function to remove some additional output character like a line feeds, the line by line character. So we just remove it. So after you create this one, so you can call it to you can run the program to call this the get customer JSON output. So here we can see you can save it. So after you save the program. So I can show you very quick. So here, go back to a basic program. So another program called get a customer JSON. So basically, you can provide the customer ID. For this case, just provide the customer ID equal to, and you just output on the screen. So here, the command, you can see, I can show you the command to generate the output. So here, I can see the command. So I copy that basically you can run you can compile it. Okay, then you can catalog. So yes, so already compile. So already compile. Then you can compile the call get JSON customer JSON data. Compile it. Then you can run it. So you can get the data on the screen. So the server subroutine looking good. So you can generate the customer JSON data format in the output parameter. So we need to, you can use in so many clients, include the UOJ, JDBC, or other client to retrieve the JSON data. The next, make sure you have on the client side, if you want to using the, you try to using the JDBC. So because I using the JSON JSON simple directory to retrieve the data. So there's the, I show you on the program, on the client side program. Here the program, if when you using the JDBC client, so the first step you make a JDBC connection. After you connect the JDBC connection, you can call the subroutine using callable statement function to call the subroutine. So first, using this function to set the customer ID, you can set any customer ID. Then, because customer ID is the character, so it's set here. And after you run it, call execute, and you can get the parameter to return its JSON data. After you got the string, that's the string data. The next step, you are using the JSON parser to generate the JSON object. And the output, here's the output will be look like this. So basically, is the JSON object, then using the customer to retrieve is the JSON array. So basically, from the JSON array, you got the first record. So you get the first record became the another called customer data, and it became another JSON object. So inside the JSON object, you can select the parameter from the JSON object, like a custom ID, like a first name, like a last name. So I will demo the next for the program. So basically, after you can see the syntax first. If you put all the JDBC driver, also put the JSON simple.1.1.1. You can it's open source. You can download from website. So after you put everything in this folder, so you can run this program to compile it, and you can run this program. So basically, you can connect to any machine. And I demo right now is my local machine. I using the administrator user, then provide the connection. So you can select any customer ID I choose to. So you can compare. So here, inside the program, basically you will see the parameter 2, the format just like this. Then after this, you generally are using JSON objects. So after you create a JSON object like this, so you can retrieve all the inside the JSON object. You can retrieve the customer ID. You got a first name and got a last name. So pretty simple and pretty powerful tool you can retrieve the data from U2 server.